All right, guys. Good morning to everybody in the Discord. This is Cobra Trading for TCP Media. There's a lot of excitement in the market right now because we're finally starting to see a little pop way over here. This is on a 4-hour chart. As you can see, in the last 2 days, we've had quite the little bull run here, except for these two wacky candles that we had. We've continued our uptrend, and we've managed to get the 55 EMA to have a confirmed cross onto the bottom. The parabolic SAR lines are arcing up very nicely. However, the RSI and the Stoch is about to cross bearish, and we are going to see a correction here. Now, as you guys know, I like to tear everything off my chart to give you guys a better idea, and I am going to keep this very short. I just want to kind of give you an overview on what I think is the most likely to happen here. So let me go ahead and clear all this stuff off. Boom, boom, boom. Now, taking into account the RSI and the Stoch, I want you to pay attention to this. So right now, this is where we're at. And if you go ahead and you draw the fib levels from up top to what was lower here, 6116, 6106, okay, from high to low, bam, we got rejected right at the 0.5 fib. This would be our target. We're definitely going to see a pullback at least to the 236, which really isn't that bad. It's only 6600. Now, can we pull back all the way down to 64? Yeah, that's a major level of support. But if we start falling back into this zone here where we originally had drawn these trend lines, I'll go ahead and draw one here. I'll go ahead and draw another one here. This is basically that range that we've been trading in for quite some time now. And right now, even this is technically acting as support right now. So I like to have these on my screen and then change them from, from green to red as they turn from resistances back into supports and things like that. This is our major breakthrough right here. This is what we need to break. Is 7K is right here. This is major resistance. Another major resistance is right here that we just saw. We've got one right across here, and it's about right at the 0.5 fib, right at about 6740 or so. So these are our longer term resistance and support levels, and as you zoom out, you can see that every single time these have been areas of areas to watch out for. So one of the other things that I want to point your attention to that I keep going back to is these levels of volume, the levels of volume that we're seeing. And right now we got into this level. Luckily, we broke through this little pocket here, which I was actually kind of surprised to see. I thought that we would get rejected here. We didn't. We ended up kept going up. And now I think the only reason why we're turning back again, like I said, is, you've got the RSI that's topped off. It's pivoted here. We're going to head back down. Same thing with this Stoch. That's definitely pivoting on the Stoch, and we're going to arc back down here in a little bit. The question is, how deep are we going to go? Now, in addition to these things, I wanted to also point your attention, and I'll draw some boxes for this, or just some circles. Up here, we had our high. And then coming back down, we had our low. Then we had a higher high, and I'm not really going to count this. It was basically just a double top. They're almost the exact same price level. And then we had a low, but this was a higher low. So this was green. This is red. This is red. This is green. So we had a high. We had a low. We had a lower high. Confirmed downtrend. And I think there's somebody else on YouTube or Twitter that's done this already. I'm not sure. Then we had a higher low. But then had a lower high. And then after that, again, still lower low down here. Now, again, we had, so this is all confirmed downtrend here. This was a fake out, confirmed downtrend, lower high, again, still higher low. And this is where we start getting a little bullish. Higher low here. But yet again, we still have a lower high here. But when we came back down again, we had a higher low here, I think, as well as here as well. This was another higher low. If you zoom in here, and I'm talking about the candle closes, not the wicks, by the way, guys, for this. It all depends on the candle close. So you had higher low, little mercy bounce, dead cat bounce, or whatever you want to call it, another higher low. And now we're coming up to make a higher high for here, for the smaller trend. So I'm not going to be fully convinced. My target, 5.8, 5.7 area, those targets still stand for me. If you look down at the negative 236, that lines up exactly with where I'm talking about. Now, if we get a close here, is this going to be a higher low for the main trend? Yes, absolutely. I don't really consider these two part of the main trend. I guess you consider this part of the main trend, but that would be a higher low in relation to here, however, not here. And consecutively is what really is going to matter. So this may be a higher high compared to this last one that we had. That's great, but we are going to retrace probably down to the 6,400 level before we continue our way up to start testing the 7,000s up here. Honestly, guys, until I see consistently for the main trend, until I start seeing a higher high than 73, wherever this level is here, 7380, 7400-ish, until I see a higher high than this and a higher low, from here or from here, and we start generally getting more of these green circles, on the tops and bottoms, and start consistently making higher highs and higher lows, I'm not fully convinced that this is a bear market. This has happened. Look at how many times this has happened, guys. Come on. Don't get faked out by another one of these is all I'm trying to tell you. We had a low here. We had a rally up. Everyone thought, oh, yeah, okay, we already corrected. We're good. We're going to start heading back up. We had a bear trap. Then we had another bull trap. And then we fell back down. And then, we had a lot of pain, a lot of pain, a lot of pain. We flowed around down here on the bottom for a while. And then we rallied up, and we had a nice rally. Oh, sweet, the bear market, it's over. It's over. We're climbing up. Oh, look, we're going to get past 10K. Nope. Hit 10K, fell right back down. Lots of pain through here. This was probably the worst of it for most people from May all the way down until, basically into July. Long 2 months of pain here. We had a little mercy bounce. We had dead cat bounce. And then we started bouncing up. We rallied. And then by the time we had gotten up to this same level that we're at right now, guys, the same level. Look at this. Same level that we're at. Bam. Bounced right back down. Retraced. Not as far, not as deep, but we still retraced nonetheless. And then finally we rallied again. Sweet, the bull market. It's here. Alt season's here. No, it's not. Fake out. Still a higher low. We would have had to come above up here 9,800 in order for that to be a trend reversal indicator. We didn't. We fell right back down to basically right back to where we were, and we floated around on the bottom again. We had that little rally. Remember, that was sweet. We had a little rally there, and sure enough, not another higher high. Bam, we reversed. As soon as we hit 7,400, where we really need a breakthrough, that's where we fell down, and we keep getting these really jagged, choppy bottoms that are extremely hard to pull Elliott counts off of, and it's been a mess. So like I said, guys, that's really all I want to get into today on this. I'm not convinced that this is a bear market. This is just another little pop-up, little relief bounce that we're going to get. We're testing some new highs. We're going to retrace probably, I think, down to 6,400 before we continue our way up. But like I said, until I start seeing some candles close, above 7,300, and after that, we don't get lower lows, than what we've already seen here. Once we start pulling some more, green circles on these waves and everything, on these little bounces, I'm not going to be fully convinced. I want to see a close of a candle above 8,400. If you look at the weekly chart and you go ahead and take off all this nonsense, this is what the weekly chart looks like. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. What's really going on here? So, like I said in a lot of my Bitcoin videos, we haven't really retraced very deep. We haven't even tried to test any 4,600 levels. Do I think we're going to go there? No, maybe not. But, for right now, until I start seeing some higher highs here, especially on a weekly chart, until we start seeing some weekly candle closes above 74, 7,300, and then 8,300, until we start seeing stuff like that, I'm not fully convinced at all that we're going to be into a bull market. It's nice to get a little relief and to make a little extra money in the short term, but longer term, I still think that we're going to be retesting this 5.7-ish level one more time before we continually come back up and make higher highs. That's all I really wanted to say, guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful afternoon. It's really early here. I'm going to go ahead and grab some coffee and enjoy the rest of your day. Happy trading.